right. Made us do another one, didn't we?
All right.
All right.
Let's roll.
See you on the air. I'm Sully. That would be Hall of Fame producer, little Tommy Sablon. And
Yes.
who are you again?
I will work for Food Sign on the freeway on-ramp, and you brought me in here. I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I'm super fired up today because we have a couple of really great guests. You get to go behind the scenes on what it's like to produce radio. So
Yes.
this is part of, Tommy's got baseball cards of all the great producers in San Diego.
Yeah.
Mainly all of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The baseball cards.
Shelly Brown.
But Shelly Brown is a legend.
Brown.
Shelly Brown's a legend.
I think so.
Producer.
A producer.
Yeah.
This is how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
I mean, honest to goodness. I mean, most people don't realize we just don't show up. Tommy will even tell you on this show. The planning goes in at least 6-7 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah, he's got to
Absolutely.
Here's the award. Got to have that out there.
But yeah, to be a producer, it takes a lot. As a matter of fact, I've always said this, a producer should be more talented than the talent.
Well, luckily,
Well, that's easy.
when you have a great producer, good things happen.
That's easy here.
Yeah.
well, producers don't stop because you are 24/7. If someone you leave somebody a call, hey, Russell Crowe, call me back, and Russell Crowe decides to call you back at 2 a.m. because
But
he's
does
in Italy,
Russell Crowe call you back?
I think he calls Tommy back. Yeah.
You know what? I try.
When they invented radio, when you were on, did you have a producer? Did
No.
you have a producer?
We barely had. No, we didn't.
Yes, he did. It was him.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
always a producer.
Yeah.
You just don't realize it, and that's what we're going to find out today with Shelly Brown.
Shelly Brown's going to be
Now,
on it. She produces for 94.1.
Yes.
But she also has produced for others.
I think she started, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to ask her. I think she
Yeah.
started with the DSE.
Yeah.
Let me give you another version of a producer, and this is someone who, my cousin was a producer for corporate shows. Here's the example. The client says, I got $10,000 for a band for our dinner. The producer says, okay. He calls the band, says, I got $4,000 for a gig. And the band says, we can't do it. Then he goes, all right, $5. And
Yes.
so he pays the band.
Have you ever
$5.
had a producer? Like for your show, for your very popular live shows and sold out audience?
No.
Yeah.
When I need one.
Yeah.
Tommy, Hall of Fame. No.
Yeah, he's got a little award there thing.
But
Yeah,
you do have a producer because the producer is
Yeah, and it's I just suck at
It's a
producing.
different thing.
you. And we have Lauren Phinney.
Lauren
Oh,
Phinney.
no.
Yeah, Lauren Phinney, of course, anchor of Good Morning San Diego.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that her husband might be around the studios today. I would like to get Brian McDonell hyphen Finney in the studio because he invented these hats.
Right.
Not just the Sully Van hat, but the Melin premium headwear hat.
Everyone's wearing those hats.
I know they are. Right. Do you know
And
who's
the
not-
Melin,
Yeah.
the Melin's an interesting story because I always thought it's because it goes on your
Melin?
Not.
No,
at
because you
all.
know in France a milliner is a hat maker.
Yeah.
That's how it comes.
In
Do you know what kind of hat I want? I want a
cowboy?
Whitney Shay hat because you know who
Yes.
our in-studio guest is today?
A Whitney Shay hat.
It's Whitney Shay.
Oh no.
Play us something, girl. How
Whitney
are you?
Shay?
I don't know,
All right.
Just bust it out.
Come on.
Hit it.
Dee, 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 dee.
You heard somebody talking about me and you didn't know what to say. They got to know me all this time, would I really act that way? Like, well, there's someone we don't know and everything we found. Let a lie become the truth and that would beat us down. Stand up, I know what's wrong. Yeah, you try to play it safe and sound, but you'll miss me when I'm gone. Come on, stand up when you know what's wrong. Wow. You better stand up. Trust and consideration. I never asked for more. We both know how hard it is. Find something worth fighting for. Now we're stepping on a shattered staircase. Just footsteps from the door. Once the stars were in our eyes. Now we're staring down at the floor. Stand up when you know what's wrong. You try to play it safe and sound, but you'll miss me when I'm gone. Come on, stand up when you know what's wrong.
Yeah.
No, you better stand up.
Nice
That's music.
I'm loving the sound. That's Laura over there playing.
Laura Chavez. Laura Chavez on guitar.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome.
More of that come.
Whitney Shay, Artist of the Year in 2019 by the Singing Music Awards. You know, you're busy, girl.
Well, I try.
No, I mean if you go
not
online,
as busy right now, but.
But you're pretty busy though. If you go online, you're singing everywhere. So tell me what's your life like lately?
So this week we just got to film for KUSI and Jam in the Van up in Los Angeles, which is amazing. Wow. And then we've got coming up the San Diego Blues Fest. We just filmed that virtually, so they're going to be streaming that on September 12th.
Is that for the Is that for the food bank?
It is. It's a benefit for the San Diego Food Bank, so it's for a great cause.
Yeah.
It's going to be on KUSI.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited to be a part of that, and they filmed all of that virtually. So we're the only San Diego band that filmed for that. Everybody else, I think, was from Memphis, and then there was one band from the Bay Area. So
right on, good for you.
The
all right,
Blues.
Well, Whitney will be with us all day, and more, playing us in and out of breaks and stuff like that, and very excited. So I'm glad. You know, first of all, I'm a huge fan of hers and have been for several years. If you're in the San Diego music industry, you have to know Whitney Shay, and she does a great job. So Whitney, before we stop here, what is your website again? Is it whitneyshay.com?
It's whitneyshay.com.
And your Instagram and your Facebook?
It's Whitney Shay Sings.
That's
Whitney
right.
Shay Sings.
Whitney Shay Sings.
Whitney Shay Sings. That's
Speaking of music, you know, I've always been familiar with the Sully Band.
Yeah.
And
that's because we throw it in your face every single day.
But I've never seen you perform live.
No.
But I did the other day.
Most of the world hasn't seen us perform live.
But I mean, I saw you and I was very surprised.
Because we did a fundraiser for the Belly Up Food Bank at the Belly Up Tavern a couple Fridays ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
For BellyUpLive.com.
I mean, I knew you guys were good because I've seen the videos. I didn't know you were that good.
I'm not. It's everybody around me. I mean, Whitney, you can say it's not just the people in the front. Let's face it, right? Exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. But I will tell you, because I got a bunch of guys in my band who have Grammy nominations and have played with some of the biggest, like...
Dude, your guitar player, I was talking to him, he played with Grand Funk.
Grand Funk, and he's played with the guys from Toto. You got James East, and that whole East family. He played with Eric Clapton and Huey Lewis. And
the East family is probably the most successful bass family in music history.
But what was really great is that we were able to raise enough money to equal 25,000 meals
for the food bank.
Now, you know what the other part was Russ, Nailz was absent. Russ was supposed to MC it with Tommy.
Right.
What happened?
Well, about 5 o'clock, I went to get some color. Went down to the beach, and I jumped in the ocean. I did a little body surfing, and Mother Nature collided with Mother Earth, and just threw me into the ground. I chipped a clavicle. Or whatever that is.
The clavicle.
Yeah, my little neck bone. So I couldn't make it to that gig.
I apologize to you because when Sully said, "Hey Tommy, you're going to MC by yourself," Russ is injured, and I went, "Yeah,
great.
Right,
oh yeah,
right."
Yeah,
so I apologize.
Well, not only did he, because Russ normally will do a song with us. Russ normally will do. He'll get on stage, he'll play a Johnny Cash song, and the guys will come in with him.
One at a time.
One at a time.
But that's okay. We
covered for you.
We took care of
Did you know this?
No.
Oh, we did. Yeah, Tommy was there. Jared, our director, I think.
What?
Yes, I do. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yes.
Whitney, you need a team member here? You little duo?
Let's do it. Come on, Tommy.
Loved by you.
Yeah, in key and everything.
It's like jelly, baby.
Close my eyes at night now.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Right on, Tommy. I think Tommy did fantastic. So, anyway,
you got some rockers in that band.
I'll be in the band.
Here anytime. Whitney, I would love for us to play together sometime.
Sure,
I think
let's do it. Why not?
And we have the facility here. We can do live events from right here. So we should just figure it out.
I want that to happen.
We should. We can. And you can do COVID comedy also.
I can do comedy. And you know what I'm working on now? Elevator jokes, because they work on so many levels. Thank you.
Okay, that was funny.
Yeah, it wasn't actually.
All right, right now.
Okay, hold on a second.
Right now, we have a mystery guest standing by via Skype.
Okay.
He or she is big time to San Diego.
Okay.
I love this person.
Big time.
Big time to
Radio, TV, politics. Okay.
All right. You guys, you two, Russ, Sully,
Okay.
you guys are going to ask yes or no questions to this mystery guest who is standing by on Skype.
All right.
And,
Mr. Guest, are you there?
I am here.
Okay,
Oh my
first
God,
question.
that sounds so familiar.
Are you a woman?
I was last week. Then the governor said, go ahead, go for it.
Okay, got it.
I'm not going to guess right now, but I'm just going to say who I know who it is because it's Mark Larson.
Give him a question.
It's 100% Mark Larson.
Give him a
But I'm
question.
just going to. Are you a political talk radio host?
Hell no.
Oh, wow, I lost that one.
Did your dad produce the Archies song Sugar Sugar?
That might be guilty, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
okay,
now
wait a
you
second.
know.
Is it Jeff Prescott?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, no, yes. Oh, here I am at home.
There he is,
Bring him up.
JP.
Bring him up on the screen. There he is.
There he is.
Oh my God. Jeff Prescott,
Mr.
perhaps,
KGB. That's
You
KGB
see where
right
I
there.
live. This is not right.
perhaps the most famous newsman in San Diego. And one thing that people don't know about you, because I got the chance to work in the same building in many years, is that Archie's thing. The whole Archie. Can you settle
Dad,
the score on the
thank
Archie?
Dad.
What was that all about?
God bless you, Daddy, huh?
Well, what happened real quickly was that in '69, you know, the Monkees appropriated their little TV show into a musical act, and my dad said, we could make a few bucks doing this with the Archies, and he did. And the lead singer is Ron Dante, who also had in the summer of '69, Tracy Never Let Go. So he actually had 2 hits in the summer of '69, and Ron Dante still tours across America.
Fantastic. So, Jeff, what are you doing these days, by the way?
Yeah, we want you back on the
Because
radio.
remember the News Brothers, you were the Kogo Morning. I remember when I first got into radio, driving in every morning listening to Kogo as I went over to AM 1130. But then I'll tell you, on 9/11, I remember listening to Jeff Prescott those days. What are you doing now?
For the last 15 years, I've been doing nothing.
So cool.
Except dusting this room. Hey, you know, I gave you guys like 35, almost 40 years of getting up between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning. I'm done. You're even lucky I'm here, but if it weren't for Russ.
Well, you know, and didn't he co-host Big Biz Show at one point with us? Didn't
He
you
came
come
in a
in,
couple
didn't you, Jeff?
times.
You and I was on the air with you a couple of times, right?
2 or 3 times when Russ broke his clavicle. The other 3 times I joined you, Sully. I had no idea what I was doing, but you provided free cups of water, and that's
exactly right.
really all it takes for me to show up.
That's it.
Well, I want to say this to Mr. Prescott. You know, I grew up here in San Diego, and as I was growing up, I would listen to 101.5 KGB, and I would listen to you, Jeff, and you inspired me.
Man.
So thank you. And I'll always remember this. I was in PB one day. I was about 18 years old, right there by the Comedy Club. Was that the one in PB?
The Improv.
The
Improv. That's
And a limousine drives up.
Yeah.
And coming out of the limousine is Jeff Prescott smoking a cigar. And he's got 3 hot girls with him. And he comes out of the limousine. I'm standing in line, and he didn't have to wait in line. And he went right up.
Because he was Jeff Prescott.
And they let him in. I'll always remember that. And then he said this to the guy that let him in. He goes, hey, I'm going to be leaving early because I'm going to the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. And I'll always remember that. And I said to myself, I want to do that.
Yeah, JP.
Jeff, I want to get you in studio when it's all safe, brother. Good to talk to you, man. Jeff
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Prescott,
How
the
about
original
that?
News Brothers.
Oh, sugar, sugar.
You remember
Great
that song?
guy.
You remember the Archies? You never knew because it was just a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
And working with JP, you know, when he was at KGB, they hired him over to 91X. It was Berger, Prescott, and Nailz.
Yeah.
And he's a pro. He would come in every morning and rip and read news, only news. Didn't care about Boingo Boingo or any of the music. He was there to do news.
On a typewriter.
On a typewriter, and the rip and reads and stuff like that. Real organized, knew what he was doing, but his fake laughs are the best. We had like a wheel of fake laughs. Guffaw, you know, we'd dial up a joke like, you know, I'm working on elevator jokes, they work on so many levels. Well, Jeff Prescott would have the courtesy of laughing, unlike my 2 partners on this damn show.
Well, when it's not
All
funny,
right.
it's just not funny.
I
By the
see.
way, just one last thing about Jeff Prescott. I remember when the iPad first came out. Remember the iPad was not in your lexicon 9 years ago. Didn't even exist. Jeff Prescott got the first iPad I ever saw. And on that, he started subscribing, because I don't know if you know about Jeff. Jeff gets 7 newspapers to this day.
Physical.
Every single morning.
Physical papers,
newspapers,
yeah.
and goes through each one of them as he did. So that iPad freed him from bundles of paper and stuff like that. And I wonder who his producer was, Tommy.
You know Jimmy Barron?
Was it
a
Jimmy
guy
Barron?
named Jimmy Barron?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Over at when he was doing news at
Yeah, KGB.
Well, speaking of producers,
Yes.
speaking of producers, can you play our producer in with a little bit of music here?
Producer music.
Because who do we got? We need some producer
Russ?
music. Hit it.
Laura knows
Go
that.
ahead. Here she comes. Shelly, come on in.
Over there. Put you right in there.
Thank you,
And
sir.
we
I
swivel
so
and we're
appreciate it.
turning.
If I may.
There we go.
If I may, I'd like to introduce Shelly.
The first
right.
producer that has come on this show.
Really?
Number one. Have we had any other producer? I mean, I know you're a producer, and all, but you're a host.
Well,
But you're a host.
Well,
But
I want
she's
to
a-
say this: to have a great television show, to have a great radio show, you need a great producer.
Yes.
And Shelly Brown has been with iHeartRadio for probably a couple of decades. It almost seems like, and she has made very successful shows great. And
I'll
I
agree
just
with
want to
that.
say,
Wow.
I
I'll
just
agree
want to
with that.
say, welcome to On the Air with Sully, Little Tommy, and Rusty Nailz.
This is fantastic.
Shelly Brown. Shelly Brown.
Hi, guys.
But you're rarely. I mean, we hear your voice every once in a while.
Right.
But
well,
rarely.
that's because I'm the third mic. I'm the producer. It's not my job to be on air.
Well, how do you feel about that today?
Today,
Because you're it. You're it.
Right
I mean,
now,
you're the thing.
totally out of my element, but I have to say the set is amazing and quite comfortable.
Oh,
So, yeah, I am the backstage girl,
Yeah.
me doing my hair,
And
putting some makeup on. I was texting Tommy yesterday, like, dude,
Am I
are we
right
gonna do
that a
this?
producer just doesn't stop? I mean, on-air talent, you know, you get off at 10, you go home.
Yeah, no, we're pretty much going the whole time.
Yeah, calling people, setting stuff up.
Setting stuff up, getting text messages going, oh, whoopsies, I forgot this, or hey, can you do this, or hey, we need you to pull the cattle prod out and get them to do this.
But there's just a handful of people in the country that have made a great living producing, and you're one of them. You have a great career as a producer. How is that? How did that happen?
It's been amazing. It's one of those that I'm just ready one of these days, like I just keep riding the wave. You know, it's
Yeah.
each day, each opportunity that comes about, you just take it, you go with it, and you enjoy it. Because I've had some really awesome opportunities that have presented themselves, and I still get flabbergasted of the fact that that happened to me with the chances.
So
that I
I'm
got.
just going to tell you here, no matter what happens, you always have a job because we could,
Yeah. Once
I'll
you're out
sit
of
in
work,
the back
you
and
can
hang
just
out with
fit
that
right
crew.
in right
Are you
there.
kidding me? I felt totally comfortable back
and
there
you
with them.
shoot, you talk about riding a wave. I'm the first one that can't relate because I fell off of one recently.
I
Oh my
heard
God.
about that, your clavicle. I've fractured my
Right.
clavicle.
Yeah, they
So
hurt.
it's rough.
It
yeah.
is, thank
Keep
you.
your arm
Yeah,
down.
appreciate that.
You're
Oh,
only
sorry.
going to get that much sympathy
That's
from me, and
interesting.
that's it.
That's it, we're done.
Okay, listen, I'm going to have Whitney play us out for a little bit here, and then we're going to come back because I want to hear how you got into radio.
I have
want to
questions.
hear about your phone book because we got rival freaking Rolodexes here that I want to talk about. You guys play us. Whitney Shay is our musical guest today also, and Shelly's in. Hit it, guys.
It's 9:35 and the plane is gone, baby. Been way too long since you had your arms around me, yeah. The bed is made and all the loose ends are tied. Caught up on my sleeve so I can keep you satisfied. It's sweet to talk, but we both savor the I'm pretty sure it's time that you let me take the reins. Cause though you like to be in charge, this beauty comes with brains. Don't think that I can wear the pants when I rock an evening dress. Don't get me wrong, you do the job, but I do it with finesse. This won't take long, just give me a minute. Let me show you a new way to spin it. Oh, it's time you understood now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whitney Shay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
I'll tell you
Whitney
what.
Shay. Whitney Shay. And that's Laura Chavez on guitar.
Yeah.
This is On the Air with Sully, Little Tommy, and Rusty Nailz. And I want to say to our guest, Shelly Brown, you should be very, very proud of yourself because I love producers, obviously, because that's
Yes.
what I do.
You always
And-
take us under your wing, which is appreciated.
No, but I just want to say you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up here in San Diego.
Really?
I am
Hello?
Every time.
Another one.
I'm literally every guest we've had, or at least one show we've had had somebody from San Diego.
Yeah, I moved here I moved back here from Northern California when I was 13. I was a Coronado High School alum, go Islanders.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so that
Awesome.
was, that's where I'm from.
Now, how did you start in radio?
I originally wanted to do event management, and so somebody had told me we'll get an internship at radio station.
Sure.
So I got an internship at a radio station, and then on the day that I started, the program director said, hey, we need somebody to run the countdown show in the studio, and I raised my hand, and she said, go for it. You're new, no. And that was when I knew, I'm ready for this. I'm in this. You know, I always had a fascination with radio. I grew up listening to talk radio, Don and Mike, you know, all of that growing up. And then my mom, you know, listened to DSC when I was going to school in the mornings. So
did you know what producing was by listening, or did you?
No, I had no clue, but I knew it was one of those things where I enjoy being a part of the thing, but I don't need to be the thing. Yeah. And so that's where I found my niche in producing. So yeah, so
now,
I started.
Speaking of your mom listening to the DSC, you were part of the DSC.
I was.
How did that happen, and when was that?
That was, I was 19. I was interning for.
So 2 years ago.
There we go.
Yeah.
I see.
Right. Bless your heart. So I was 19, and I was interning for AJ's Playhouse. I was producing for Jesse, or I was interning for Jesse, who I now work for. And I did the old, I'm just interning, I need to get a paid job in radio, so I'm gonna go interview and do the one thing you're not supposed to do, which is tell the promotions director you really just want a paid job because you want to be in programming.
Right.
But fortunately, the promotions director and the program director was the same person, and he was like, well, I have a better job for you. And so I ended up being the news producer for Shelly and Chainsaw on DSC for 6 years.
What was that like? Because the DSC, you know, on top of the mountain, you know, the best. In my opinion, kind of. And, but how was that working for the DSC?
It was an amazing start to my career. I mean, when you get to start with the best, your work ethic and where you want to be, that you hit the ground running with it. It's just the standard is there, and if you don't meet it, then you don't get to roll with it. And I was lucky to roll with it for 6 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a great
What
time.
did you learn from Shelly?
Oh man, I learned to slow down, keep your voice calm, don't get high-pitched and too excited, and everything with doing news with her was great because she taught me the balance, she helped me prioritize things, like this is what we really need to speak about, whether it was national or local or anything. So it was really great working
Did you know of our mystery guest, Jeff Prescott?
I do know, I don't know him, but I knew of him, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, before we talk about Jesse and Tati, Sully always says this, Dave Rickards is the best. Do you agree, and why is that?
He is the best. I remember interviewing him once. One of my favorite things that I really enjoyed about him, I interviewed him for a speech class, and I asked him, why have you never gone syndicated? And he said to me, I can't talk about Hamishaw Road on a syndicated show.
No. Yeah.
And that's what I liked, is that he just wanted to hone, and he's amazing at what he does, and he loves this town.
Yeah.
And so it just taught me what it was like to work with somebody and appreciate the local and to enjoy that.
Yeah, you get those people out of town that's La Jolla for a while and Jamaica Road and a lot. Yeah.
It really is.
Oh, Liebenheim, forget about it.
Right. I remember when I left the market, I moved to another city, and I had to go and drive around town with my host to teach me how to say Takowitz Canyon Road in Palm Springs. So I know what it's like to have to figure out those little things. And
so now you have all that wisdom producing for the DSC, and you've produced a lot of other stuff, but now you're with Jesse and Tati at Star 94.1.
Yes.
How's that going, and what do you bring to them?
I think we all balance each other out really, really well. Like I said, I started interning with Jesse, so I've known him since I was 19. So we read each other really, really well. I know his language. When he says no or yes to something, it's like, okay, I can translate that so that maybe people won't get offended by your answer.
It's like a little married couple. You kind of read each other with...
And Tati just joined us a year ago, and we have had such a great time. Learned so much with Delana on the show as well. She's such a pro.
That's who you need to get in here.
Yes.
We need to get Delana in here.
Yeah, she's so great. So to be able to have worked on Star 94.1, this brand that I also grew up on, Star, whether it was on another frequency or on 94.1, it's just been amazing working with them, and they're pros. And with what's happened, we are a very small show in the grand scheme. There's only 3 of us that are doing this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so the fact that we're getting this done and walking out of there still laughing with each other is, I think, a really big deal.
Most days, yeah.
Did you have to change anything during this pandemic, in March when you were on the air?
We allowed ourselves to feel things. We always had each other's backs. There's the 3 of us there. So Jesse, his wife has a small business, and his daughter was graduating high school. Tati, her husband is a physical education teacher. So he's gonna be at home, plus they have their children at home that they're schooling. So it was just the support system. You have to be the support system, not just for in the studio, because if we support ourselves, then we're gonna be able to support our listeners.
You know
And that's
what?
what they all needed.
We need a whole show with
Yes.
producerships. Producer
I
Shelly.
can tell you're happy and I can tell you're in love.
Oh man. Yes, I am happy.
You're glowing.
Will you
Oh my gosh.
will you come back with us sometime and hang out?
As
for a
long
while?
as there's a kegerator in the back, you know.
There's a kegerator.
Yes.
Hey.
All right. On the air,
Shelly Brown.
Thanks, Shelly Brown.
I need some time left in my brain. Just let me think it through now. P.S. It's not about you. Oh, well, let me tell you. Sometimes you've had a bad day and you're looking for a way to blow your lid. I ain't trying to pick a fight, but honey, you would know if I did. Just let me think it through now. P.S. It's not about you. Oh, well, this ain't a cry for help. Gotta give me a minute. Take care of this myself, 'cause twice the legal limit. So baby, please take all your insecurities. Get down the hell away from me. Come on, Laura. This ain't a run around. I can see the look on your face. I don't mean to knock you down. No, your heart is in the right place. Just let me work it through now. P.S. It's not about you. Oh, yeah.
That's how we do it here. That's nice.
Whitney Shay,
Thank
Artist
you.
of the Year of 2019.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you what, girl, you guys. So where are you playing at? Where can people see you next?
Come on, I want to get out.
Well, you know, I mean, I wish there was more things that they could come see us, but right now it's a little interesting time. But we've got some stuff going on. We're playing at the San Diego Blues Fest virtually.
Yeah.
So that's going to be streamed on September 12th on KUSI, and it's a benefit for the San Diego Food Bank. So we're really excited about that.
You know that we do those. You know we do those Sully Band Saturday things where we do those Zoom concerts and stuff like
Oh,
that. Will you-
yeah?
Will you join us on one of those at some point?
Let's do
You guys
it.
come in. Like, we'll just put you in a little box like we do. You know.
This
And
is,
we'll give you the song, and you know we'll do a duet. Right?
Okay.
We could, no, seriously, I think it would be killer. I think you
Let's do it.
Whitney Shay. You do this all day then. All right.
Something from A Star Is Born, or will it be leather and lace?
I
think
got
we
you,
could-
babe.
I think we could do something good together.
I got you, babe.
No.
Oh, a little sunny and come on, Cheryl.
We should get out of our R&B blues box though.
Yeah.
Stop dragging my
Totally
heart
different.
around.
I like the Stars Born. Let's do it.
You know what?
See?
Hey, we could do that
All right.
that thing.
The thing.
Oh, yeah,
What they
the
did
other
at the
thing, the other thing.
with the what's her name?
That's good.
And him.
Will you play in our next guest for us, Lord? Because we have an iconic guest. Here.
Yes.
Bringing
You know
our
what?
friends back, right?
From KUSI, Good Morning San Diego, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Phinney.
Oh, man, still my heart.
Look at
Please
you.
allow me.
Hey guys, oh,
I'll
thanks,
swivel that
Brad.
way.
You're such a gentleman.
Right in there. Well, I try.
Have
You
you been
know.
on the show a couple times?
Just while you guys were trying to figure it out.
She was on the pilot.
It's true, huh?
Yes, with the mayor and
Yeah.
lots of other guests.
I don't think that show
Rebecca
ever aired.
Jones.
Rebecca Jones.
That you know what? That was
Mark Malcolm.
The pilot.
that was a fake show, huh?
That was like we didn't know it was a
Yeah.
fake show.
Oh,
You guys just used me. You built
That's
it all
it.
up, and then that was it. Never aired.
Lauren Phinney is our guest, of course. She's right here every morning on Good Morning San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting used to the getting up early thing? Because you used to be the stay up
No,
late girl.
there's
No one does. Asked and
nothing-
answered.
There is nothing right about that at all. It's awful.
It's so funny.
But how do you
Goes
do
against
it?
everything.
Because you
I
have to
set
prepare.
like 6 alarms. It's horrible.
Really?
Yeah. So
And the foil on the windows is a nice touch too. That's
I think you just, and the thing is, you're so worried about oversleeping
Right.
that it's not a restful night's sleep.
Yeah.
You know, you're so worried about sleeping through that alarm. So.
Do you sleep in on the weekends? Because I know you have.
Which means
you
what?
Have a super
5:30.
Which means
honestly,
like 6:30.
Yeah.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
That's it?
That's
yeah,
sleeping
that's
in.
It. So, you know, I have a 4.5-year-old, so he gets up early, and that's
Yeah.
it. And Mom, come on, I want to go, I want to play and do. My husband will sometimes take him downstairs, but my husband has this genetic issue where he doesn't know what silence is. So
It's a genetic, is it? Okay.
It's genetic.
Yeah, we might have a
So yeah,
issue.
they'll do something really sweet. They'll make pancakes or something, but you know.
But you hear the pan.
I hear
before the
everything.
pancakes.
Yeah.
When I'm watching Good Morning San Diego on KUSI, I see Paul Rudy, I see Mark Mathis, and I see you, Lauren Phinney. And when I'm watching, I feel like I'm watching family or my friends.
Yeah, it is a buddy.
Is it hard to achieve that? How do you guys click?
You know, I think, well, for us, it was something that just naturally flowed because we were all working in the evenings, actually. Paul's been there for 22 years.
Right.
And I came on, and then Paul and I just immediately kind of clicked. We just liked each other. He was doing sports, I was doing news, but it just worked. And then Mark came, and the funny story, I know, right? Like the big disruptor, the tornado in the room. The funny story about, I know the weather analogy, the funny story about Mark is that when he was coming, there was like this buzz, this like rumbling in the ground.
Mark Mathis is coming?
Hey. Like, you guys, this guy named Mark Mathis, look him up, he's coming. And it was just this thing, and I looked him up, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like this guy.
Okay, hold on, stay right there. Keep it right there. Because I remember the first time you were on the air, you said, this is a guy I didn't think I was going to like it first. I got to hear that story. All right, all right. Stand by. More Lauren Phinney. Lauren Phinney's going to be here for the rest of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Really happy about that.
We'll try to get Mark Mathis in here somewhere, maybe up on the monitor from some of his older days in weather.
Yeah, exactly. Because if we can get some inside scoop here, and maybe we can get you guys to do a little sugar before you come back. I want to see you and Paul Rudy on a music video with us at some point. It's on the air. Oh, sugar.
Whitney Shay
I'll tell you
featuring
what.
Laura Chavez on guitar.
You know, I'm looking back in my days here in San Diego, America's finest city, a Helix High School graduate. Thank you very much. I think we have the picture here.
Well, you went there.
I really never went.
Wait. That's Danny Bonaducci from the Partridge Family.
It's so Danny Bonaducci. Speaking of sugar.
You look so innocent. What happened to that kid?
I don't know. Well, I graduated at 16 years old, so this picture I was 15. Yeah.
Wow.
I was a 3-year grad.
Wow.
Looking back at high
Were you
school.
a smarty pants?
I was a smarty. Pants wasn't the word.
Pants covers?
Yeah, I got out of there quickly. Well, I was a drama Freddie, so I had summer stock and all the credits that went with doing drama and blah, blah, blah.
What's a drama Freddie? I've never heard that
Like
before.
a band Freddie. You know what a Freddie is, don't you?
Huh?
It was a clique, you know.
No kidding.
You never heard Freddie?
No, were you in musical theater?
I was a musical, yeah.
I'm not setting you up. I'm not
let's go
setting
with
you
the-
up because I was
No.
too.
No.
I know you thought I was setting you up there.
But no,
I
but
wasn't.
you look back at your high school pictures like that one too, and I couldn't help but Google our guest here, Lauren, and found a nice picture of her and her cohort.
Is that Paul Rudy?
Paul Dude
and
Rudy.
Lauren?
He looks, he totally, we got
Looks like Prince Valiant.
so
is what he
much
looks like.
feedback on these photos because everybody was doing the 2020 challenge.
Yeah.
And everybody wrote in, oh my gosh, it's Spicoli. And he totally
is
looks
Spicoli
like
from-
Spicoli from Fast Times.
Although you look
Behind.
exactly the same.
Yeah,
You have not aged.
Oh, God bless
No,
you.
I'm not kidding. I mean, you honestly look the
No,
same as
no,
your
there's
high school
quite a
picture.
few more.
Did you ever do radio? Because we have radio people, TV people. Were you ever a radio person?
No.
No.
I never did radio.
When you were that person on the screen, the high school kid, did you know what you wanted to do already in
Yeah,
life?
no, I knew at like 7. I told my parents I was like a news junkie at 7. I would come home and watch the news with them. I was obsessed with pantsuits. I just wanted to.
But who isn't really?
What a coincidence, huh?
Let's face it.
I just was like, I want a suit. They looked so powerful and strong.
Yeah,
I had two strong. My mom and my stepmom were both really strong females. It was always like rah women in my house.
Yeah.
So.
Did you grab the brush, pretend it was a mic? And now we have some.
No, but you know what I did? I got one of those like little karaoke boxes, you know, that plays music and you sing with it. And instead of singing with it as a kid, like every little girl wants to be, Taylor Swift, I was like going around interviewing.
Breaking news. Yeah,
That's funny. I was interviewing.
Well, you made it.
I made it.
Where was your first job? Where was your first job in television?
My first job was Kalispell, Montana, which is about 7 miles from the Canadian border.
It's near the Amish community, isn't it, up there, I believe?
I think you're thinking of Pennsylvania. Every time you bring
There's Amish in Montana. I bought jelly from them.
Not in Kalispell.
Oh, no. Okay.
I think you're in
They
the
do
wrong
have some
state,
great
dude.
jelly.
See, there you go.
Yeah. So, and I was there, I don't know, 6-8 months, one-man band reporting with these huge cameras. I mean, I was carrying around 35 pounds of equipment every day.
Like a microwave with a lens.
Yeah, it was terrible.
What is the tripod?
What does a one-man band mean in television?
It means that you are carrying your tripod, you're carrying your camera, you are going out shooting the interviews, you're shooting your own stand-ups, you're writing your story, and then you are also going back in the edit booth and you are editing your story.
Wow.
That's a full
We
day.
do that every day with this now, right?
Wow.
Isn't that really the
The,
equivalent?
the game has changed, and when I see people one-man banding now, I'm like, you don't even know what it was like, because the equipment is like 10 pounds now, but back then it was crazy.
Did you, when you were doing evenings, did you listen to morning radio or any daytime radio when you were doing evenings at KUSI in San Diego?
I was always home in the morning, so I was watching news. I mean, it had 7 different channels.
So you're TV the whole time.
News junkie.
That's
I mean,
pretty
I
good.
listen to talk radio in the car all the time. I never have music playing in the car.
Do you still not have music playing in the car still?
I still do not have music
If
playing in the car.
there were, a band or an
I thought
album
you were
to
going
put
to
on.
do a B-52 song there for a second.
You see, you
I honestly thought
no. If you were going
That's what you're
to
doing.
tune in a song to jog to or just listen to, what kind of music do you like?
Oh my gosh, I like everything.
Oh, good.
I'm a big 70s junkie. Like, I love America.
Yeah.
Really?
We all
Yacht
love
rock?
America.
You're a yacht rock person?
I love yacht rock.
Who doesn't love
my
yacht rock?
gosh.
You got to.
I love everything. I mean, from country to rap, classical. I'm a big Yanni fan. Paul called me out the other day.
Don't
because-
say that.
Why?
We'll get that in
Yanni.
editing. You just
I
lost
know.
me.
Let me just,
No, well,
let me
I
just
played
give you a
piano
little
for
something. Let me give you a little
years.
something.
What's this one? Is this a yacht rocker?
Oh, come on. It's the yacht rock anthem.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Look at
There's the
I sang this in choir. We did this.
Dude,
Wow.
do you have video of that?
I do somewhere.
We're
yeah.
getting that.
We had-
I'd pay
we
good
had-
money to see
You were
video.
still in school during that song? Jeez.
Sorry.
Did I hear you say you play piano?
Yeah, I started at a very young. Both my parents played piano. My grandparents piano teachers.
Let's roll the piano out, Russ.
Let's get it.
No, I'm just kidding. She's like,
Don't you dare.
But no, I discovered Yanni in high school, and don't knock Yanni. The man is a musical genius.
All right.
I'm serious.
We wouldn't.
This is
Live
gonna,
at the
that's going to go viral.
Acropolis, change
That
your
thing
life.
right there, that's going to go viral.
It's
We're
a meme.
Don't knock Yanni, man. He's a musical genius.
Musical
Coco.
genius.
All right.
When I watch you on KUSI Good Morning San Diego, I see you interviewing everyone. From political figures.
Thanks to you.
No,
You're
but-
getting
no,
me
no,
all
no,
those
no.
guests.
But you're always prepared. You're always prepared.
Yeah, the homework never stops, kids.
But you're like one of the like a great interviewer.
Thanks, Tommy.
But how did that happen? Did you have to
Quite by
like
accident.
practice for it? Do you practice, or were you always good at that?
I would say I think
Inquisitive nature.
You have to be inquisitive. I think I just like people. I like relationships. I like figuring them out.
Well, if you like people in relationships, you get to interview us next. Because
Sorry, but do you want to answer the question?
We'll give you an answer.
That's exactly right. On the air. I'm Sully. That's little Tommy. Russ Nailz. Lauren Phinney's in studio today. Whitney Shay's our musical guest.
We're about to be interviewed, baby.
I know. I'll tell you what. And also, if Lauren played piano, that means she also sang, right? She also sang. So maybe can we get a little bit of?
Oh,
All
God.
right, very good. Coming up.
Wait a minute.
Where you are, I've I've got my hooks in you.
Wow.
Holding on ain't easy when our love's overdue. We're far apart, but I'm still close to you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Whitney Shay. Hey, Whit, thank you so much for today. It was freaking awesome. Will you come back and play with us at some point?
I would love it. Let's make it
And you've
happen.
committed to do a duet with me at some time. And,
All right. Well, we got to
can play
figure out
together?
what we're going to do.
All right, very good. Where can people see you next, and where can they find you?
On 9/12, September 12th on KUSI for the San Diego Food Bank, we'll be playing for the San Diego Blues Fest.
All right, very
And
good. That's a
Laura
good one.
Chavez on guitar. If you
Fantastic.
want, I'll teach you how to play the beginning of Stairway to Heaven. All right?
I think she's doing it just fine.
Okay.
And then, so Lauren Phinney's our guest, of course, from Good Morning San Diego. So we've had Rudy.
Yeah.
We've had. Do you know that Mathis just plays there on a reel for the whole? Did you even know that?
I learned that when I watched the episode.
So we have
of
Mathis
Before.
on a reel. In fact, we even had him on the garage door there for a while.
He
Just
is
the whole show.
In fact, we could have him back at any time if you like. I got the guy.
Every time I
it's
see
so
Russ.
appealing. Anyway, I'm sorry. We'll just get to the weather.
Good guys to work
So
with.
this
though.
was the stuff that I Googled of him before he showed up at
You
KUSI,
thought-
and I thought, you know, he was in some snowflake outfit doing the weather,
Right,
not
or the
doing
traffic
weather.
cone or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, and
Having the dessert before the meal. You need the meal and then the fun.
So this is the guy you didn't think you were gonna like.
So we were just kind of like, oh man, because this was evening news, you know, we just didn't know. And then he shows up, and I'm always professional. I give everybody, even though thoughts are going on up here, I give you a shot. And so he shows up, and he gets out there, and he does his first weather. And I had a hit later, and I was in the makeup room, kind of getting ready. And he comes in after his weather, and he, did I sound okay? And I was like, oh, well, that's adorable. You were kind of concerned that it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And he was, I mean, it was just vulnerable. It was sweet, and that moment just, it kind of turned my opinion of him. And he and I hit it off from the get-go.
Now, was
I
your
love
opinion?
him.
Was your opinion of Rudy always great? I mean,
Yeah, no.
Right?
Paul and I hit it. I remember I was filling and anchoring. I think it was my third day there.
Wow.
And when I first started, it was kind of like, Lauren, you need to start reporting before we're going to throw you on the anchor desk. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went up there, and I hadn't really met Paul or talked to him very much. And he comes up to do, so I'd had 3 blocks of news. He comes up to do the sports, and he looks at me and goes, well, this ain't your first rodeo. And I was just like,
There you
oh,
go.
thanks, I like you.
And ever since then, you guys, it is a
He's
family.
great.
Yeah.
And
Speaking
the two
of-
of them make it makes it so nice.
It's
to go
fun to
work.
watch.
Well, speaking of
Thanks.
family, first of all, I mean, Laura and I become pals just because we have the same sick sense of humor. I think, wouldn't you agree that we have a very
Yes,
similar?
I would say that's
But
fair.
I'll tell you who my man crush is of all time. It's a guy named Brian McDonell Finney.
Hi.
Who
He
is-
loves
who-
when you say that.
Who is?
I bet.
And look who we have here.
You don't want to say Mr. Finney by any stretch. Well, Mr.
There he is.
Are they?
Everyone always wants to
doing,
know.
sir?
Everyone
Right
always
up to
wants to know the
Lauren.
man behind it.
You're going to speak in her mic.
Can I tell you why I wanted him in here too? Yeah, that's good. The reason is because everybody asks me about these hats all the time.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
looking,
and
I'm
it's
looking
not-
at your hat too. Let's see. Oh.
And you invented the hat. He invented this hat. And I remember Lauren told me one time, first got there, we were getting to know each other because, you know, she went to mornings and I'm on there all the time. I was like, so what do you do, dude? What's your deal? And I said, oh, I know you're married. What's your? She says, my husband started this hat company.
Right.
And I totally knew what it was already.
That's awesome.
And as a result of that, your son's going to college because of my bad.
That's it.
Because now you have a hat habit, yes.
No kidding.
What if you were interview him like a news person?
Have you ever interviewed your husband?
Yeah, for the first 3 years of dating. It was one giant interview. No, Brian and I actually met very young. We met in junior high.
I would have never pulled it had it not been for this.
I never pulled it off. I don't know.
would've pulled it.
So,
didn't know her, yeah.
And Brian has been on Big Biz Show a number of times. He's been on Kogo with me a number of times because you are an entrepreneur. Will you just please talk about your company real quick? Because the fact that you're here in the
30
studio,
second?
yeah, just give us a quick second.
So we were frustrated with average ball caps and pretty avid outdoor, like action sports guys growing up, and wanted a better hat that wouldn't get sweat stains so quickly, would last longer, and they were more like grown-up hats for you're starting to make more money, more successful. You don't look like you're 12.
Right.
Like just a better hat.
It is a better
Well,
hat.
I mean, let's face it. You're like the first guy to make a better baseball cap in the history of the world.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Melinbrand.com.
Oh, you get a plug,
Now
too.
Melin.com.
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 Yeah, are you getting anybody calling about my hats?
Yeah,
I'm getting emails about
Are you
your
really?
hats.
I just
Yes.
had our customer service team hit me up and said, where can people get this Sully hat?
Yeah. See, there you go.
Guys.
We need a co-brand. We need a latch on your thing. All right,
Okay,
Brian. All right.
perfect.
So before you guys get out of here today, Tommy had an idea.
Well, since you're one of the best interviewers in the country, and you're
man.
here as a guest on the air,
man.
can you interview us?
Sure.
Is there any, is there anything you want to
See,
know?
and I feel like this is a more laid-back setting, so I
Yes.
can ask.
Yeah, there's a keg in the thing.
Okay,
So is there any question that you have for Tommy that you've never?
Little Tommy.
for example?
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy, please tell the viewers of San Diego, because you spent so many years on the radio and they know you as Little Tommy. What is something that people don't know about Tommy Sablon? They've never heard on the radio before. They don't know. But yet everybody feels like they're your best friend.
Yep.
So what don't we know about Tommy Sablon?
I have a collection of Bob Mackie Barbie dolls.
Wow.
See, I'm sorry I asked.
Wow.
And we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen.
This is kind of part of it. Well,
See the problem
Completely
with
out of time, ladies and gentlemen.
I have
Lauren
a
Phinney,
GI
thank you
just
so much for coming. Brian McDonell, Finney.
Yes.
Melinbrand, Melin.com, Melin. Whitney Shay, thank you. Awesome. Laura, you guys are great.
Oh,
Rusty, Little Tommy. That's it for us.
Jeff Prescott.
Jeff Prescott. Shelly Brown. Lauren Phinney.
What a show.
And I'm Mark Mathis. Thanks for watching. On the air, San Diego on KUSI.
And that's the way the weather is.
Yeah.